Hi, and welcome back in the kitchen. We are Sugar Mamas. I'm Jenny Carpenter, and this is my teammate,
Victoria Stetter.
And today we are going to do a 2-minute challenge just to show you our competition that we have against each other. As we are working on our 2-minute challenge, we're going to be making some roses for you today out of fondant using 2 separately different techniques. Once we get done with that though and we get going, we will answer the rest of the questions. Alright, I'm ready when you are. You ready? Yeah, I'll get the timer. Let's see here. I know. Okay, I'm putting 2 minutes on my lovely needs improvement phone. And there we go.
Okay, I'll use this big one.
I'll go for it. If you need the small one, let me know. So feel free to start asking us questions as we are working, because I think it's important that you guys know that we will be able to do both on camera when we make our way to New York.
Alright, tell us something that would surprise us about your team.
Well, I think the most surprising element to our team is that we are in the kitchen for the second time together. The first time was when we filmed our 5-minute challenge not too terribly long ago. And Victoria and I really don't know each other.
We barely know each other.
Yeah, so it's pretty surprising, but we're learning how to work well together.
Alright, and what does baking mean to your team, and why do you love doing what you do?
Well, I think for me, baking is my saving grace. Went through the nasty divorce a couple years ago and started doing this as a form of therapy, and it sure has become expensive. I'm not sure which one would have been less expensive, therapy or decorating cakes, but nonetheless, here I am and I'm loving it.
To me, it's basically happiness. It makes me happy, and who doesn't like cake? It makes everybody else happy. So
there you go. That's a good answer.
Alright, what types of people and things push your buttons and why?
I cannot stand people who are disorganized and messy or just flat out mean to other people.
me too. I can't stand mean people. They push my buttons.
Alright, if you've watched any episodes of The Next Great Baker, which cast members do you most relate to and why?
Well, I think that I am most like Buddy. We have similar backgrounds and stories. Also, I definitely take a leader role, and I create challenges for myself just to better prepare me for the show.
I just started watching the show, so I've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. How far did you get? Got the top part done, and I've got, here, I can turn this off. Sorry about that. I've got a couple petals going on mine. So in 2 minutes, here we are, and here's what we can do.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, I say. So let's keep going. We'll answer some more questions.
What was that question again? I didn't answer it.
That'd be great.
If you have watched any episodes of Next Great Baker, which cast members do you most relate to and why?
I would say Buddy too, because he's so family oriented, and that's basically, I mean, that's kind of what brought us together. Is
You bet.
it's about our kids and our families and keeping all that together and happy.
And leaving a legacy. I think you had said that before.
Yep.
You know, leaving a legacy for our children is really important. Doing something that we can get them involved in
And be proud of. And,
yeah, you bet.
And there's always a demand for cake.
Right. Every year, the same clients are going to come back year in and year out. So.
Alright, how would you rate your team's skill level for the following? Beginner, intermediate, or expert on baking, construction, sculpting, decorating, and baking other pastries and desserts.
I don't know about you. I know in talking to each other as far as our skill level is concerned, I think Victoria and I are both in the beginning to intermediate stage. We both know that we've got a lot to learn. So I don't think for any second we'd say that we were experts.
We're very excited to learn all of the things that we've seen everybody else do, and you know, like I said, every day it's like, oh, well, we got to try that.
Yeah.
Something new every day.
Mama.
So
there you go.
Mommy. Mom.
So as far as our skill level is concerned, obviously we are teetering between being beginners and being a little bit more intermediate. But when it really comes to kind of, I guess, what we're best at or how elaborate we get, I know for me, I absolutely love the 3D sculpting of cake. I think that when I can get realism into whatever set I'm working on, my true talent shows through with that. How about you, Victoria?
Well, as far as the other contestants go, I don't think my skills are any better than any others. They all had so many different skills, like the construction as opposed to the sculpting and the molding.
Right.
These last couple years I've gotten a lot better at character molding, so I'd say that's one of my better skills.
Oh, definitely. You do some amazing work here.
All right, how will your team handle the elimination challenges? Can you work well under time constraints and pressure?
That's all I do, baby. That's all I do.
I know, right? Our team works very well under time constraints. We are both moms. Our families, our children come first, and I think that one thing that we always have in the back of our brain is, how the heck are we going to get this done with all of this going on?
But we always seem to get it done and make it work. So.
Right.
Tell us about your food industry experience, like culinary school, jobs, cooking classes, self-taught, and do you have pastry or other baking experience besides cakes?
Okay, my background in cooking really started as a waitress when I was in high school. I loved being a waitress. I loved working with food. Every once in a while I get to do desserts, and I always thought that was great. And then eventually after college, I ended up being in the kitchen again as a cook and loved it. And at the same time, I was starting to do cakes, and it really just kind of came to life with that. So my experiences ranged for quite a while. As far as baking though, if it's the holiday, I'm always baking, and I think that new and creative things come out of time with your family.
Yep. Me, myself, I've always been in the bar industry, bar and grill industry. I have cooked a bit, burgers and deep fryer stuff, basically. I've waited tables, and when it comes to the cakes, I'm basically self-taught. About 4 years ago I started, and I've taught myself everything from watching others, watching videos, and some online classes, and just my head's full of ideas.
There you go.
What type of kitchen behavior really gets to you when you're baking and trying to get the job done?
I know, we giggle. We giggle in an evil, devilish, witchy way. I cannot stand it. Ultimately pisses me off when people are messy in the kitchen. Whatever product it is that you are about to produce needs to be clean. It needs to be absolutely impeccable. And when the area that you're working isn't that way, I don't think your product can ever be that way.
My big thing is basically my husband and kids. When I'm in the middle of something, I'm making flowers for a cake. I need these flowers. You cannot eat them until I'm done. So, and they have a big thing. They want to get in the middle of it while I'm doing it, and I tell them they have to wait until it's done, then they can have the leftovers.
There you go.
That's bad kitchen behavior. Keep your hands out.
I like it.
How elaborate and creative are your designs when baking? And describe your most elaborate cake. How many tiers? How big was it sculpted?
Okay, so my most elaborate cake, in terms of detail, I would say I did a 50th surprise party that was themed with the 50 Shades of Grey. So there was a mask that I used. I used sugar and spray paint, and I molded it and I cut it, and there was just a lot of different elements that that I did just to create that mask, let alone a tie with all these textures and ropes. And I mean, it really was just amazing. It was a double layered 3-tier cake. Oh, it probably weighed about 40 pounds. In terms of the biggest one though that I did, last year for Memorial Day, I did a 6-tiered military branch cake, and I got to sculpt like a jet into it, and a buoy for the Coast Guard. So there was some really neat things that I did with that. How about you?
I've done a few elaborate cakes. I just recently did an airplane full scale, which was pretty cool. But I'd say the most elaborate, difficult, challenging cake was I did a mater cake from Cars.
Oh,
I
cool.
believe I sent that picture in.
Oh, yeah.
That was before I had tried my hand at molding Rice Krispie treats, so it was all made out of cake. And it was hard to keep it together, but it turned out very well, so I'm very proud of that cake. I'd say that's my most elaborate cake.
Good for you.
All right, what do you think will be your team's strengths and weaknesses in this competition?
As far as our team strengths go, I think the fact that we are so uniquely different when it comes to the execution of our designs is definitely going to be something that we can use to our benefit. The fact that we don't know each other is also a strength for us, just because we are bringing so many different and unique ideas to the table. A lot of teams, I think that we've kind of perused before, maybe online, just checking things out. It seems like they're thinking as one person, but the beauty when you don't know each other is that you're thinking as two, you're working as two, and it really is a collaboration.
Oh yeah, we mesh well.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd say disadvantage is, my only disadvantage for our team is that I'm not the most competitive. I tend to be a little more passive, but I'm getting better, so hopefully it won't be a challenge for long.
We'll get there. I'll whip you into shape, right?
If you had to brag about your most important accomplishments in your career, what would they be?
I think when it comes to the most important accomplishments in your career, it really depends on how you define your career. First and foremost right now, and I think Victoria would agree with this, we're moms. So for me, my greatest accomplishment is my daughter. Outside of being a mom though, and just starting into the baking industry, the fact that we are here, we are auditioning for season 4, possibly being considered to go to New York, that's pretty darn amazing.
Personally for me, but outside of being a mom and all of this is my schooling, I'm still in the midst of doing all of these things I do. I'm in the middle of a business degree so that I can use it further in opening my own bakery. And I'd say that's a big accomplishment for me. I did not finish high school, so being 34 now and being a college student and succeeding feels really good. It's a good accomplishment.
You should be very proud of that.
Describe your team's competitive nature. What kind of competitor would you be on this show?
Let's see, as far as our competitive nature goes, I definitely am competitive, but it's a very intrinsic passion that I have. I like to compete with myself. I always want to do bigger, I always want to do better, I always want to do more precise, more realistic. So the fact that there's a lot of people around me that are competing to do the same thing isn't a concern at all, just because I know with this flour, just like with flowers I did last night or flowers I'll do in the future, every single one of them is going to keep getting better and better.
Let's reiterate that question again for me, will you?
Describe your team's competitive nature and what kind of competitor would you be on this show?
I think I'm probably the more quiet one. I'm not big in competition, but like I said, in learning new things, it kind of brings it more out of me a little bit to want to do more and be better at it. So.
There you go.
What will your team do to win and why? How far will your team go? And give examples.
Okay, so what will our team do to win and why? Victoria, I'm totally going to put you on the spot, let you answer this one first. As my dog's barking, I'm going to get my dog inside real quick. You got it?
What will we do to win? We'll do whatever it takes. We're going to put ourselves out there and, give it our all, really, and do it the right way. Follow the rules, and we're kind people, and if we earn it, we will achieve it.
I like the way you said that. I'm just rinsing my hands off here, washing them up real quick and drying them as I get back over to the table. Keeping things clean is always, right? Okay, so how are we going to win? Was that what we were focusing on?
Yes, and look into the camera and give us a message to your competition.
Oh, okay, so it's getting a little intense here. You ready to look into the camera? I'll take it away. Okay, here's the deal. We know we are absolutely amazing. What we bring to the table is strong, it's different, it's new, unique, and I think that's really going to work for us. But what you don't know about us is that we may be smiling on the outside, and we may be your friends on the outside, but we're also watching every single technique you use, because rest assured, the second that we have a chance, we're going to talk about it, we're going to figure out how you do it, and then we're going to do it better.
Pick it up like that and use it.
Amen. That's how we're going to win.
All right. How will your team play the game?
By the rules, of course.
Sure, why not? No, we'll definitely play by the rules. We want something our kids are going to be proud of, for sure. But, you know, we'll see what happens along the way.
We're still learning, so.
Exactly.
You've seen competition shows. On a lot of those shows, there are clear types of competitors, the sweetheart, drama queen. Who is your team and why? And how will you fit into the cast?
Well, we're the sweethearts.
We definitely are sweethearts. I think we're strong-willed and opinionated, but I also think we're willing to hear out people, take some constructive criticism. And I think America is really going to love us for it. We're going to stay true to who we are and being proud of that.
And probably learn a lot about ourselves in the process.
Oh, yeah,
So
I couldn't
I
agree
can't
more.
wait for that.
That'll be great.
How badly do you need this show? What will happen if you're not selected? And how important is this opportunity and why?
To me, how bad I need the show, I would have honestly never thought to audition for a show like this if it weren't for Jenny. So how badly I need it is, it's not really that bad, but now it's important to me, and it's kind of shaping me into being a better decorator. So
See, I told you I'd start getting emotional. You know, cake decorating came into my life during a very hard part in it. I lost my career, and I had lost a husband, and I was going to be damned if I lost myself in the process of it. So on the weekends when my ex-husband would have my daughter, I baked, and it was my therapy. And every single love, every single pain, every single hope for my future is in the petals that I make, the borders that I do, the fondant that I frost. I mean, you name it, my heart and soul is in this. And it's really at a time in my life where I need it. I need a career and I need a change. And I think this is it. I want to do something with this, and I need your guys' help to do it.
we can do it.
I think so. I think so.
Why do you want to be on the show? Would it help breaking into the baking decorating world for your business, to be famous? What is it to you?
For me, obviously, like I said before, cake decorating, cake baking, cake-orating is everything. Absolutely everything to me. I would love to have my own show inside my own bakery someday. I want to bring in guest appearances by people, whether that be people who are already celebrities or just people next door, and share this talent, take away the fear factor that's involved with trying something like this, and really create some stories that America is going to love to hear.
Me, I have a plan for my future.
There you go.
It involves a family-owned business, deli bakery type thing. The husband loves to cook, so it's kind of a team effort. Basically, the money, of course, to start that business. And we lead a simple life, and I don't want to be famous or anything. I just want to be able to have that foundation for my children and their future. And that's what I'm building to.
There you go.
What is going to give you an edge to the competition, and why will the audience root for you?
I'm a single mom, so I know I've already got the other single moms votes out there, and Victoria is such a great mom. I mean, she's got a lot of help, she does a great job, and I think that that's going to come through. I mean, everything we do is for our kids, and how could America and anyone else watching in any other country not root for someone that was so passionate about that?
And we giggle a lot, people like that.
As we
We're
giggle right
we're
now.
still in a new relationship, so we're still in the giggle phase.
Yes, we're honeymooning as we speak.
Why is your team going to win, and what have you got that the others do not have?
Ooh, what have we got that the other team doesn't have?
Personally, I like our personalities. We have
do
that
too.
going for us.
Yeah, we're good people. We're good people. People seem to like us.
We're going to win because we'll earn it, and we deserve it. We're good enough. Otherwise, we
true.
wouldn't have come this far. So.
Exactly. Okay, so I guess you have officially heard everything that Sugar Mommas has to offer you for now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take time to finalize and strengthen our talents. I know right now, like we said, we've been working this whole time. I hope you noticed. So we've got just some little flowers to show you. I don't know, more of a traditional rose and something whimsical on my part.
I learned a new trick with dum-dums.
I love it.
So they're easy, they're cute. Kids can tear them apart and eat them from the inside out if they want to.
I have a feeling that's going to be used on a challenge.
It's a great technique.
Oh, I'm flipping mine already. So that's what we're going to do. What you're going to do. You're going to watch this. You're going to watch our 5-minute challenge, and you're going to fall in love with us. You're going to choose us to fly to New York because, let's face it, we're moms, full-time moms, and we need a vacation first and foremost.
It's a trip.
Yeah, take us to Times Square, please. But then what you're really going to do is start the rest of our lives. We know we can do it. I think you have faith in us. So give us a call because we are anxiously waiting to know that we're headed out your way.
Let's do this.
That's right. Thanks so much for watching Sugar Mommas. Hopefully the next time you see us, we'll be in New York sitting right at the table with you. Bye. Bye.